everyone, so today's video is going to be a Kate Bush inspired makeup tutorial. So this is specifically taking inspiration from the Hounds of Love album cover. I don't know how many of you are Kate Bush fans, but if this is the first time you're hearing of her, you need to go and listen to that album now. It's one of my favorite albums of all time. She's just an amazing artist. That album cover really stands out in my mind because it's so dreamy. There are lots of pinks and purples. The makeup look is 80s and theatrical, but also there's something super like ethereal and dreamy about it. I'm actually using a couple of really affordable eyeshadow palettes in here. If you love Kate Bush, thumbs this video up right now. I dare you. I want to see how many people on my channel enjoy her music and enjoy her makeup looks. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see more videos, and we will jump right in. Okay, so I've already prepped my skin with my Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. This is one of my all-time favorite primers. But her skin itself is quite matte, and a lot of skin and base products in the 80s were. So I'm going to go in with the Lancome Teint Doll Ultra Wear foundation. I never know how to pronounce that. I'm in the shade 100, and this is great for dry skin if you want a more long wear matte finish. It's one of my favorite foundations for a really pretty medium coverage, but I'm going to start applying and building up some coverage. I do feel as though she has like a lighter base than her actual skin tone. So the makeup she's wearing is a little bit more costumey. I'm trying to make this a bit more wearable. This is definitely an inspired makeup tutorial. This is not like the perfect shade matte for me right now, but we are going to go with it. I'm going in with the Maybelline Fit Me concealer under my eyes. Still have like a little bit of redness around my nose. I'm gonna conceal that pimple, and I think we should be good. Cool, so now that we have our concealer and foundation on, I want to start going into the eyes. This is definitely what inspired me to do this look. So I went through my stash of makeup and I was trying to figure out where to find some of the colors that she's using. She uses a lot of purples, a little bit of pink, and that is kind of what balances it out. So I'm first going in with my Naked 3 palette. I'm really using this for a lot of my transition shades and my base color, because for me that's what's really important, to make sure everything else blends really well, because some of the other shadows I'm using are quite cheap and honestly they perform a little bit less well than your high-end shadow. So I'm going in with this Naked 3 palette. Going in with Strange. This is a basic cream color. Use whatever one you have at home, and I am applying that to the eyelid on both sides. Again, just to make sure everything blends well together on the eyes. This is a base shadow brush from Real Technique. Same brush. I'm going in with Nooner. And it looks kind of brown on camera, but it actually is like a purple mauve. And this is what is going to act as the crease color in the crease of the eye, and then also a little bit above, just to get a blown out effect. This is the way I like doing it. If you would prefer to build up, then do it that way. I'm gonna mix in a little bit of Limit. It's a little bit of a lighter mauve. I really do like these Urban Decay eyeshadows, especially these colors, these matte colors. They really blend super well on my eyes. I'm not super precise with eyeshadow, just by the way. I like more blown out looks. I don't like anything too perfected, so just keep that in mind. So now what we're doing is going in with these two Wet n Wild palettes. This one is super affordable. It was like less than $5. It's Petal Pusher, and this is all purples. And then I'm using this little purple up here in the Color Icon Poster Child palette from Wet n Wild. Again, you can probably get both of these on sale for less than $10 together. So I'm gonna go in the Poster Child palette. I'm gonna use this color up here in the corner, this like lilac color. I'm actually going to wet my brush with a bit of Smashbox primer water, and you can use whatever sort of setting mist you have. I'm really gonna pack it on this brush, and then I'm going to put it on both of my eyelids. You're definitely going to get a little more pigment this way, and because these are not the most pigmented eyeshadows, it is a nice way to go. This shadow is really, really pretty. It has almost like an iridescence to it. You can see that little bit of iridescence there. It's so pretty. Next, what I'm going to do is actually go in with a bit of this eyelid color in the Petal Pusher palette. It's a little bit more of a true purple. This has a tiny bit of like a pink to it. I'm going to focus this on the outer corner of my eye and into the socket a little bit. I'm gonna use this brow bone color and just place that on the brow bone. Do a pretty strong brow bone highlight because hers is pretty strong. And then I'm going to put like the tiniest little bit on the middle of the eyelid and kind of blend it out a little bit, just to kind of open up the eyes a little bit. Back into this eyelid color that we put on the outer corner of our eye. Put a little bit of this on the bottom lashes. I want it to look like a little bit sleepy. Lastly, what I'm going to do is go back into Nooner, the first color that we put into the crease, that mauve shade, and I'm just going to deepen up this outer portion of the crease a little bit because it's not as deep as I would like it. Just a little bit of this color will hopefully bring back a little bit of that definition that was lost when we were putting the purples on the lid. You know what? I'm gonna put a little bit of Nooner under my eye as well. I didn't do this last time, but we'll see what happens. So for the eyebrows, they're pretty understated, natural. So I'm going to brush mine out, and I'm just gonna put like a little bit of tinted brow gel in here. I'm using the Dior Show Bold Brow. I really, really love this one. This is in 021. It's a little bit lighter than my natural eyebrow shade, but I kind of like that about this. Something I'm really excited for is to achieve that blush look that she has. So I'm going in with the Too Faced Sweethearts blush in the Candy Glow shade, and this is pretty bright pink if you focus it over here, which is what I'm going to do. I'm going in with my Sonia Kashuk blush brush. It's a very blown out 80s blush look. It's going to be a little bit higher up on the cheekbone. It's almost a way to define the cheeks a little bit, just with color rather than shadow. So I'm going to start building this color up. I'm not going to be afraid to get it up here because it does extend quite far up the temple. And I'm really taking my time with this part. Oh my god. One thing I hate about this blush brush, I love it, but it sheds quite a bit. The blush is definitely high up on the temples. I'm also going to take a little bit over the nose, just because I like doing that. I don't think she necessarily has that in the cover. And I'm gonna put like a tiny bit on the actual apples of my cheeks. Okay, so we're getting there. We're pretty much almost there. I don't think that Kate Bush has any highlight on. I'm going to add a little bit. I'm going with my Burberry #1 highlight. I'm not sure if this was limited edition, but any like icy sort of white highlight is going to work well with this. And I chose this highlight because of the more cooler tones that we have going on in this look. And I'm just going to use my fingers to kind of pop a little bit over the cheekbones. I sometimes use my fingers, and I'll go back in with a brush to kind of blend this out. And I'm also going to add a little bit to the brow bone to kind of accentuate that highlight. Cool. So I'm going to put on a little bit of mascara, and she doesn't have a super voluminous mascara on. It's more lengthening. I'm going to go in with the Glossier Lash Slick. I've really been loving this one recently. If you do want to check it out, I will leave my rep link down below. You can get a discount on your purchase if you would like. And I'm just lightly coating the lashes. I'm gonna add a little bit on my bottom lashes. I don't typically do that, but I know that she has a little bit on hers. She has like a muted pink on her lip, So I'm going with the Clinique Chubby Stick. The color is Whoppin' Watermelon. I'm gonna focus this on my Cupid's bow and on my bottom lip. This is not supposed to be like a very polished sort of lip color. It is shiny and her lips have just like a little bit of shine. Set all of this with a little bit of setting spray. Here is the completed makeup look. I'm really happy with it. I liked the little tweaks that I made to make it my own. I think if you're trying to do this look, definitely do that. Definitely go hard with the blush if you want to. I actually really like the effects of this blush. But I'll leave a link down below to this album if you guys want to listen to it. Make sure to subscribe if you enjoy these types of videos, and I will see you in my next video.